Hi, my name is Jose.
And hi, my name is Christian.
Good evening, everybody. At 3 o'clock in the morning, while most people are asleep like that cute little baby, millions of healthcare workers are still working in the hospital and taking care of patients. Today's presentation topic is how night shift work affects the human body. According to the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, around 50% of night shift healthcare workers reported sleeping 6 or fewer hours a day. This shows that night shift work can affect more than how tired a person feels. It can interfere with sleep, mental performance, and long-term health. As a person that works 12 hours night shift in the hospital, I became interested in really discovering what working night shift really does to the body. And even if you don't work at night, you probably depend on healthcare workers or on other professionals who remain awake while most people are asleep. Today we'll explain how night shift work disrupts the circadian rhythm, how it affects sleep and cognitive performance, and how it affects your overall health. First, we're going to cover how night shift work disrupts the body's circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm is the body's internal 24 hours biological clock. It affects and regulates when we naturally feel awake and when we feel sleepy. According to the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, night shift work conflicts with the body's biological patterns. Night shift workers are awake when their bodies are biologically designed to be resting or sleeping. A 2025 study by Mozavi, a physician, and her colleagues found that night shift work is associated with decrease in melatonin levels and disruptions of the circadian rhythm. Melatonin is a hormone that regulates and helps the regulation of sleep timing. So changes in its normal patterns make it more difficult for night shift workers to have quality sleep at night. Disrupting the body's internal clock can also affect how well we sleep and cognitive performance too. According to the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, many night shift workers experience shorter sleep duration and poorer sleep quality. Of course, this leads to fatigue and decreased alertness. And a research from Mozavi shows that circadian disruptions can affect attention, memory, and decision making. Fatigue can also create safety risk after work. According to the same source, 1 in 10 nurses are report being involved in an automobile accident they believe was related to fatigue after the shift ended. This demonstrates that the effect of night shift workers, night shift fatigue can continue even after you leave the workplace. Besides affecting sleep and mental performance, researchers have also found that long-term night shift work affect your overall health. Long-term circadian disruptions have been associated with metabolic problems, cardiovascular disease, glucose regulations, and body weight. According to a study made by the American Heart Association, disruptions to the circadian rhythm are strongly associated with increased risk for obesity, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and cardiovascular diseases. Now that we have seen how night shift work affects the body, let's review the main ideas. We learned that night shift work can affect much more than simply feeling tired. It disrupts the body's natural circadian rhythm. It affects the quality of the sleep, the attention, your memory, and your decision making, while increasing the risk of driving-related accidents. Finally, we'll also learn that night shift work has been associated with several health risks, including metabolic and cardiovascular diseases. The next time you see a nurse, a physician, or a healthcare worker leaving the hospital early in the morning, remember and appreciate that they most likely spend their entire nights fighting against their body biological clock. Thank you.